You're live. Right, okay. Hello, if there's anyone there, I have no idea. This is the first time I've ever done this, so wish me luck. That lighting is awful. Great start. Oh, there we go. I'll move my head. There we go. That's better. Jesus. I'm really not set up for this at all. Right, I think we've got... How many people we got watching? Can I even see? 2 people watching. Hello. We'll wait until a couple more people join, and then what I'm going to do basically is I'm just going to start by answering some of the questions you guys have been asking me on Instagram, just to get the conversation kind of flowing a little bit. And then a bit later on, there's like some things that I want to talk about. Like I'm not sure if any of you have read the description, so we'll see if anyone sort of picked up on what this is actually about. 5 people in now. Who we got here? Oh yeah, that's a point. Because I can't actually see names of who's watching. If you guys want to like jump in the like the comments or the chat and just say hello, and then I can see like who's here, because I should recognize some of the names of people that have either been on the Instagram and commented on a lot of the videos. Like I recognize a lot of people's names, so just jump in the chat and just say hi, see who's in here, because we've got 6 people watching already, so that's good. We'll just wait for a few more to join, and then like we'll jump into some questions. So who have we got already out and about? All right, here we go. Peter, all right, bud, how you doing, guys? Who else have we got in here? 11 people. Oh, no. 3 have just flipped out. 8. Ash, how we doing, mate? Shall I try and do something about this lighting? Because that is awful. Hang on a sec. No, not that one. Is that better? I know it's a bit dark, but otherwise the light's just... Oh, that looks awful, doesn't it? We're just going to rock it. Vincent, hi there. Andy Ray, evening, mate. Tony Wood, hi, mate. How's it going? Sold my ST about a month ago. What are you doing? What are you doing selling it? Why have you sold it? You got into something better, or who else have we got in here? Big balls, great. Currently on the road to 200 horsepower. Interesting. That's something we're going to be talking about, actually. We're going to be talking about that. See Somerville, hello. Hello. How are we all doing? 12 people now. Right, okay, so we've got a few people in here. Should we start like looking at some of the questions you guys have been asking me on Instagram? Fusion fabrication inlet. Oh, I know, the dream, isn't it? But I've already got an inlet for mine waiting to go on the car, but there might be something different happening there. So I'm going to talk about that in a bit as well. Going electric. Oh, okay, interesting. Once you go electric, you don't go back. Like I've been in some electric vehicles and they are wild. So it's definitely something you're not going to go back. So I've heard. I've got one. What's that? Oh, I've got a Fusion Fabs inlet. Yeah, I've heard like good things about them. I've heard they're one of the best out there. But I'm not sure if that's exactly what I'm going to be getting. But we'll see. I want a written off Tesla. Norway's the place. Apparently, most Teslas, I think it's like 9% or something like that of all Teslas in the world are sold in Norway, which is interesting. They're mad for them out there. What else have we got here? Newman Phase 2 cams, Fusion Fabs inlet. Mount tune parts on the way. Oh, any more mount tune parts on the way? Other than what you've seen, well, definitely not a mount tune inlet. One came up the other day for, I think it was some guy on Facebook wanted $2,000 for a mount tune inlet. So, I mean, that's twice what I paid for the car. So I don't think I'm going to be getting one of those. But got the mount tune boot mat. Not sure that really counts. I think we need some mount tune badges on the outside of the car for definite. So other than that, mount tune stuff, not really sure. Does anyone know, can you get the mount tune cams, like the 200 spec cams? I know I don't know if you can get them direct from mount tune. I don't think you can, but if anyone has any idea on that, like, please let me know. Got a modified 5-door ST150 running 180. Want to push 250. So is that like a transplant? You put an ST150 engine in a 5-door or something like that, or is it like, I don't know, maybe an import? Because I know like America get like 5-door STs in the Mark 7, I think. So something like that maybe. But anyway, looks like we've got quite a few people in now, and loads of you are chatting away in the comments, so that's great. So I'm going to start answering some of the questions that I got on Instagram. just to get this conversation flowing. But before we go any further, just in case some of you are like just in here for a bit, like the main reason I'm doing this is so after I've answered some of your questions, what I want to do is I want to basically talk about some of the things that maybe you guys want to see. Because like yous that are tuning in right now, I know are the people that are always like tuning in right from the start every time I upload a video. And you guys are basically the reason that all this is happening. So if you know how YouTube works, basically for creators anyway, then you'll probably have worked out that I'm making a little bit of money from this now. Like it's not a lot, but I am making a little bit of money from like the advertising on YouTube. So you guys just liking, sharing, commenting, all that sort of stuff, subscribing to the channel, and even interacting with the ads. If some of you do that, that all goes towards sort of the money that creators get from YouTube. So basically, I've been keeping that money aside. Like, I haven't spent anything of what I've earned from YouTube so far. Like I said, it's not a hell of a lot of money, but I've been keeping it in a pot. And basically, I just want some of your guys' input on what you want me to do with that money, because I've already got plans for what I'm going to be doing this year in terms of mods. Like, some people have asked some questions about what power mods I've got coming, so we'll get onto that in a bit. But I've already sort of hinted at that in a video that I did recently, and I've said it a couple of times as well in other videos. So I am going to be doing stuff like that, but that stuff I've already got planned, things that I'm going to be funding myself already this year. So, like I said, I've got a little pot from what I've been making from YouTube, and I want you guys to have a say in what happens with that money. But we're going to get onto that in a little bit. So for now, I'm just going to start by answering some of the questions you guys have given me on Instagram. Let's just see if we've got any more names I recognize in here. Did the conversion myself. Oh, that's the 5-door. Awesome. Use the money to sort your other car. You fed up of seeing it with the tarp all over it. Yeah, so am I, and so are my neighbours as well. That's badass. Right, okay, so I'm just going to jump on my phone and see. Oh, I'm just for anyone who's just joined us, I'm really sorry about the quality on this camera. Like, believe it or not, this is a MacBook Pro, and the camera is shocking. Like, is it dirty? No, it's shocking. I know the lighting's terrible, but I had a light on above my head a minute ago. I've only got 2 lights in here, and the one above my head was just glaring on the screen. So this is what we're going to have to deal with. So, right, let's get into some of the questions you guys have been asking me. So I'm going to start from the beginning. So the very first question I got on my Instagram post was, are you ever planning to fit a Maxton diffuser to the car? So you guys that have been following for a while will know that I've actually just got like diffuser fins on the original diffuser, and it looks okay. I do really love the look of the Maxton diffusers, and it is something I really want for the car. It's not something I've got planned to do like anytime soon. I know Drive with Andy fitted one recently, or had one fitted recently. So I thought I did think about getting one because he got his in the Black Friday sales, and I did have a look on there during Black Friday. Now, I know they were doing a discount on that stuff, but I think they jacked the price before they did it, because I worked it out, and after shipping and even just the cost of the thing in general, I know they used to be like £120, and it was way above that when I looked at buying one. So that's kind of the reason I didn't go for one in the Black Friday sales. So maybe we'll look at getting one. It's definitely something I want, and we will look at getting one at some point. And I'd like to do a video on actually fitting it, because it comes up a lot on the Facebook pages, like how you actually fit those things. So that's definitely something that I want to get, and I will look at, but it's not something I've got planned like in the immediate future. So the next question I got was turbo engine rebuild K20 swap. Right, okay. Straight off the bat, a turbo build. I mean, I'd love to do it, and that's one thing. Like for me personally, like maybe not on the Fiesta, but some car someday in the future, I'd love to like turbocharge something from scratch, like do it all myself. Even to the point, like I mean, I watch a lot of Mighty Car Mods. I know like they're above and beyond like anything that I'll be able to do in the next sort of God knows how many years. But like seeing the fabrication work that goes into it, like the ability to just like fab your own exhaust piping, like dump pipes, things like that, and all the like intercooler piping and that sort of stuff, like that's something I'd love to be able to do. So once I can sort of learn to do that sort of stuff, and I've got space to learn to do that sort of stuff, because at the minute, like there's no chance I could get welding equipment to learn how to weld. Like I'm more than happy to go out and do it, but I don't have the space to store it at the moment with where I am. So until I can do it myself, then it's probably not going to be something I go for. Although I have had a quick look at the kits, like you guys have probably seen that I've done a bit of work with UNA Performance in the past. Well, like they sent me out the clock to try out, and we've been in talks about other things as well. And I know they make turbo kits, so that is definitely something that I have looked into. But first of all, like the goal I've said for this year already is to get the car to 200 brake horsepower NA. So until it's there, that's not going to be something that I'm looking to. So going back to the question, so the next thing on that same question was engine rebuild, and that is something I'm going to have to do before we go 200 NA. So before we can do that, yeah, like I said, and actually this is going to lead into another question I got about. This is from Luke, who I went to tracks with. Did you sort out the oil problem? I remember you were losing oil when you did a video on some of the issues you were having. So yeah, the car is still losing oil. It's not as bad as it was, which is weird. It kind of goes up and down. So this kind of links in with the whole engine rebuild thing. Where my head's at the minute, I think what I'm gonna do. What originally the plan was get the Mark 7 finished, so then I can free up like the space where I'm working on that and the engine stand and all that sort of stuff. And then once the Mark 7's on the road and I've sort of proven it that it works and I can use it, then get the ST engine out, and then I can rebuild that, make sure it's all fresh internals and all that sort of stuff. I wasn't going to go crazy, like no sort of forged pistons or anything like that, just because what I was planning was 200 NA, and the stock stuff should cope with that. Even if we have to get like replacement OEM parts, like they should cope with 200 NA no problem. And like going back to the turbo thing, if I was to go turbo in the future, then it would be pointless having spent all that money on like forged internals for an actually aspirated and then converting to turbo, because we'd want lower comp pistons and things like that, as I understand it. Like I said, it's something I've not done before, and it's just bits I've picked up here and there, like from speaking to Ted, especially that Frozen Fez. Don't know if he's in here, but I know he's doing a turbo build on his. So that's another reason why it's not something I'm looking into at the moment, because there's other people doing that, and I'd just like to do something that's no one else is doing at the moment. So, and then the last one on that one question, I know I'm taking a long time about this, so I apologize, but someone said about K20 swap, and there's quite a few people that have done that. The main reason that I probably wouldn't go and do a K20 swap on an ST150 is because, like, at some point I would like to have a K series engine in the car that it came from, if that gives you some sort of hint. Like one day I would like to have one of those cars, but right now, I mean, that's not something I'm looking at. Maybe that'll trigger some of you Ford guys because of the sort of Ford Honda feud there, maybe, but we'll see. I'm just gonna have a quick look at the comments and just see what sort of things people are saying before we move on to the next question. What else have we got here? Can't wait to get a Mark 6 I guess. Have a 1.2 Corsa. It's been my first car. I've had Corsas. Get rid of them. No, I'm only joking. Like, I'm sure like some of them are good, but the ones I had were terrible. I've had plenty of Vauxhalls. So just say, so sick of it now. What's that emoji? Snail. Oh, it's slow. Okay, fair enough. Opinions on Hornet exhaust on a 1.4 Fiesta. Never had one, so I know they're kind of like one of the cheaper options I think out there. But you go for it, man. Like you do what you want to do. Like no judgment here. ST150 stock engine, good for 249 bhp. That's very specific. Not 250. Will it blow on 250? As soon as you hit 250, is it gone? Like, is that not going to happen? Why 249? Shall we do a K20 swap in a 106 GTI next summer? Definitely. When next summer, by next summer, do you mean 2023? Because something else is coming this summer. And Ash, who's posted that, he knows exactly, like you guys have seen him in the videos. He knows exactly what I'm on about. He was meant to be coming, but he's bailed. So Thomas Roberts, 1.6 years where I live near you. Yeah, not a million miles away. I mean, what else we got in here? Are you declaring all your mods? Actually, someone asked this the other day, and I am. I rang them the other day about the white line rear anti-roll bar that I fitted in the last video. And so, yeah, all my mods are declared. I'm insured with Greenlight Insurance. For those of you who want to do something similar and, be responsible and declare your mods. Because let's face it, if you don't and you have an accident or you have to make a claim for whatever reason, like if they check over your car and it's clearly modified, then it's going to be void. My policy with Greenlight is specifically a modified policy. And what they do, I think Ash, you've seen on the channel, who commented a minute ago, he's on, I think, a similar policy to me, whereby anything we do to the car that's sort of handling, cosmetic, anything like that, or interior stuff, anything like that is included in our price. We just have to tell them, and if it doesn't affect performance, you can just update them on the website, and they'll send you a revised list each time you like fill in your new mods. Anything performance-wise, they say you have to ring them, and as long as it doesn't take you over a certain power level, I think it's like a percentage of what the car makes standard. as I understand it. Like as long as it's under whatever the agreed limit is when you take out your policy, that won't affect your price either. And if it does take it over, so like I think mine's 180. So if I go above 180 horsepower, then they'd look at increasing my premium. But they said just ring them and we can work that out. So I mean, I can't speak for other companies, but Greenlight Insurance, definitely go and check them out if you're looking for a quote. It might cost you a little bit more for a modified policy, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. Like, why would you not spend that extra money and just have that peace of mind that whatever you do to your car, just let them know and then it's fully insured. Like, so yeah, always declare your mods, in my opinion. That's what I would do, and that's what I do. So just to answer that question, are you going to fit a rear strut brace? I've heard there's not much benefit to a rear brace. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I've heard from speaking to a few people that the white line rear anti-roll bar that I've got is definitely a better option than a rear strut brace. But a front strut brace may be coming. Again, I'm not 100% sold on how good they actually are, but we'll see. But it's not something I've got planned at the minute. People trying to guess where I'm from. Look, I appreciate like people want to know that sort of stuff, but I'm not gonna like I'm not just gonna tell everyone where I live for obvious reasons. Like because I have had like people try and find out where I live and stuff like that. So yeah, I live in Mid Wales. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm with Adrian Flux, not a bad company. Yeah, I was with Adrian Flux for quite a while on some of my other cars, and they're really good if you want like drive other stalkers. Adrian Flux are really good if you want a policy that lets you drive other cars. So when I had my old Honda Civic insured, which some of you may have noticed we don't have anymore. So that was insured with Adrian Flux, and I had something called Flex Drive on that, which meant not only could I drive other cars third party, I could pay a little bit extra, and I could actually be fully comp on other people's cars. I think it was like up to a certain value, and obviously you have to have permission from the owner and stuff like that. So yeah, Adrian Flux are a good company as well. Rear brace is only useful to mount harnesses if you have bucket seats. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. Not something I'm planning really at the moment, especially because my STs are daily at the minute. I'm not really too fast. Like the seats are plenty comfy enough. But once we get the Mark 7 on the road, seats. I never thought about seats actually. That could be something interesting for later on. I'll add that to the list. So thank you, Danny O'Kane, for popping that thought into my head. 3D printed air vents is the man on Instagram. If you mean the vents I've got in my grill, no, Matt Emmons is the guy who made them. He's not on Instagram, but if you search him on Facebook, and if you go to the video where I fitted him, I left a link to his Facebook page in the description. Seen you about and know the roads. What do you drive, man? What do you drive? Because I see people flash me and I don't recognize the car, so maybe it's you. Loads of benefits from a K brace. Okay, cool. Oh, there you go. Matt Emmons. It's the guy for the vents. Don't do Facebook. Yeah, that's one thing a couple of people say, but sadly, that's the only way that I could get in contact with him. I'm afraid. Right. Okay. So I'm going to go back to some of the questions. How long have we been? I've been doing this for 18 minutes. 24 people in the chat or watching the stream. Like, shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for like tuning in to watch this. Like, it means a lot to me. So okay, the next question that I got on Instagram was, are you going to do a video on fitting a manifold? So exhaust manifold, that means, because I remember this guy actually messaged me um, about it. So yeah, I know a lot of people appreciate uh, a video on fitting a manifold to an SD150. I've heard they can be a pig. There's a lot of like undoing engine mounts, moving the engine forward or whatever. So yeah, that will be coming because, like I said, there are power upgrades coming. I've hinted at them in the video where I covered all my mods. So definitely power upgrades coming, including like the rest of the exhaust system. We've already got exhaust system. Sorry. So we've already got the Miltech cap back, and I'm in talks to get the rest of the system like pretty soon. So fingers crossed that comes through. And yes, I'll do a full fitting video on everything because pretty much if I can't fit it, it isn't going on my car. I mean, that's not a strict rule I've got, but that's, I'm going to do the fitting. So that will be coming. Who else have we got? What have we got on here? Ford should have done a C Grey ST. Yes, definitely. I agree with that. Okay, so you've got a C Grey Z-Tech S. I will keep an eye out for you. Flash me next time you see me, and I will keep an eye out. I've just ordered the vents from Matt. Can't wait for them to arrive. Yes. What's your opinion on spacers? Just fitted them to mine, and she looks good. Is that front or rear spacers? Because I've got rear axle spacers, but hopefully I'm going to be getting some front, probably hub spacers. I don't know if there's another option for the fronts. Ted's probably the man to ask about that because I know he's done some sort of spacers on the front. I think so. I'll ask him about that. But yeah, spacers like Ash will tell you because he's got what is it, Ash? 28 mil rear axle spacers on his. I've got 20 mil. We weren't sure. I nearly went for 30s, but I asked people on Facebook and they were just like, no. Well, but no one said no to 30s. They just said, oh, I've got 20s. Everyone had 20s, so I went for 20s just in case. Rear wheels and get in the front soon. Yeah, like rear spacers definitely like that wider back end. Like it does look so good. I don't know why like so many car manufacturers tuck the wheels into the arches so much. I'm sure there's like a good reason for it, but 28 millimeters of perfection. I bet that's what you tell all the girls, Ash. So right. Sorry, mate. Right, next question was okay, so that was the next one was one I did hint on a few minutes ago. So that was Luke's question of did you sort the oil problem? So no, that isn't sorted yet. We are still burning a little bit of oil. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's piston rings. If you guys saw the video, we did a compression test, we did a leak test. I'm pretty sure what's happening is oil is seeping up past the piston rings into the combustion chamber and then getting burnt off. Like it can't be a massive amount because I'm not getting any sort of smoke or anything like that. But it's definitely noticeable in terms of how much I'm losing. Probably every like 2 or 3 weeks, I'd notice it sort of disappears from the dipstick, which I know isn't good and I need to get it sorted. So before we actually move on to any like the serious power modifications that I've got planned, like obviously I could fit exhaust parts and things like that. So that's something I could still do with it as is, but I definitely want to get either another engine, rebuild that and stick that straight in so it's ready to go, or just once the Mark 7's on the road, get my engine out of the ST, rebuild it, refit it, and then crack on with the 200 brake horsepower goal that remember I said I've set for this car this year. I've ordered a Mark 9 Fiesta ST line. Can't wait. Oh, I think you did you go on the Instagram questions? I think someone did about a new ST. Yeah, I've ordered a Mark 9. I've not actually seen a Mark 9. I don't know what a Mark 9 looks like. I'm definitely going to look that up after this. But yeah, sounds cool. I hope you enjoy it. Design the wide arches, but put the wheels. Yeah, exactly. Like, but so many car manufacturers do it. The wheels are always so tucked in. It's probably about like stuff spraying up on drivers behind you or something like that. So it's like caught by the arches if they don't fit like mud flaps from factory or something. Swear I had a chat with you over Facebook when you had no subs and you were promoting the channel. Been subbed since then. Well, thank you, man. I really appreciate it. It's good to see that you're still here. We've come such a long way. Right, okay, so back to the questions. So the next one I've got on here. Someone said your dream ST150 build. That's all it says. It's not actually a question. It says, I mean, what is your dream ST150 build? Maybe. So far, it's the one I'm doing. I mean, there's a long way for it to go. It's come a long way so far. I've got so much planned for it. Like, I'm sure I could make videos on just that car for like the next few years at least. We're going to keep it for a long time, but that's not to say there's not going to be other cars coming and going. But the dream ST150 build is, like I say, the one I'm doing. There's loads of stuff I've seen about that I want to do to it, and there's just plenty more to come. So the dream will just continue. That one's not going to stop. Okay, so the next question is something that I was going to talk about later on. So I've got like a list of things that are like basically options I want to give you guys. So the next question is going to possibly get new wheels. So a lot of people have actually commented this. After various other mods that I've done, so it just pops up in random video comments. You should get new wheels, you should get aftermarket wheels, all this sort of stuff. So it's not something that I planned to do this year. I mean, obviously we refurbed the standard wheels last year, and they're still looking really good. Like they came out so well. I've been really careful not to curb them. I've got one tiny little mark on one of the front ones where I accidentally hit it with a pry bar because I had no space. I was working in my mum and dad's garage and I just had no space to get down the side of the car. So I got a little dink in the one of them, but I mean, you can't even notice it. I was trying to show someone the other day and I couldn't find it. So, but I know it's there. But new wheels, like I say, it's not in my plans for stuff that I was going to do to the car this year. But like I said, I want you guys to have a say, and we'll get onto that later. And that might be one of the things that maybe you guys want to see. So that is something maybe we could do. We've got a few more to fly through real quickly. So, what power mods have you got planned? Okay, so I've mentioned this a few times already. But basically, the plan is to get the car to 200 horsepower. I know that's quite vague. There's all sorts of stuff. This question gets asked like daily, probably on the Facebook pages. Like, how do I get my car to 200 brake horsepower? So, that is like almost like a mini series that I'd like to do is like how to get an ST150 to. I'm not going to do like a how to as such, but like I just want to show like my experiences with it, the parts that I'm going to order, I'm going to fit to the car or have ordered rather because I've already got most of it. So yeah, basically just a not a tutorial. I don't really know. Just like a walkthrough really of everything that I'm doing to the car and see if we can actually get there. But before we do it, then we need to get the engine sorted because, like I've already said, it's losing oil, and I just want it like I've got low compression, but I want it running sweet, and then we can really push that power. If you saw the video where I talked about all the mods I've already got, and then went into like what's going to be coming this year, I didn't say anything specific other than the horsepower we're aiming for. But what I did say, or sorry, what I did do rather, was on the sort of outro, like the end screen, was just a picture of me next to the car and then like a stack of presents in the corner because I did it around Christmas. And then like halfway through that like outro screen, the some of the presents like magically unwrap themselves, and then you can see some of the parts that I've either already got here or on the way. So definitely go and check out that video and see if you can figure out what's coming. But it's it's going to be the generic stuff that people do to these cars to push that 200 horsepower mark. So that's what I've got planned power mods wise. Okay, so here's a couple. I've actually had two that were very similar. So, what do you recommend as a cheap and easy mod to do to an ST150? And then someone else asked, what are some easy mods to start with on a Fiesta Mark 6? So, obviously, those are slightly different because someone's saying specifically ST150, and then the other comment or question just said specifically, or just said Mark 6 rather. So, I mean, cheap and easy mods. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. There's obviously different like categories, I suppose. It depends whether you're looking for like aesthetic things like styling mods, or whether you're looking for power increases, especially on like an ST, or whether you're just looking for, I don't know, something noisy like a loud exhaust. I don't really know. I mean, one of the things straight out of the box, I would say one of the first things I did to my car, which really improved the sound of it, was the ram air intake or induction kit, whatever you want to call it. But I fitted one of them to my car, and the sound, it didn't really come across too well on camera, but like the sound difference just by fitting that ram air induction kit cone filter, whatever you want to call it, like that made a hell of a difference. So that is definitely one thing that you could look at. I think they're around 60, £70 new, but I mean, I picked mine up for £25 off Facebook sales or Gumtree or something like that. If Gumtree's even still going, I don't know. But yeah, so that was nice and cheap. And I actually will have one for sale, but someone has already reached out to me and said, look, are you selling that? Is it for sale or whatever? And I said, not yet, because I've got a video planned with it. So you guys probably know, if you've been following recently, that we've got the Mountune cold air intake system. So yeah, the ram air will be for sale eventually, but someone has already put their name down for it, but I need it in order to film something. So I'd say that's one of the good little mods you could start with. Another thing that I did have on the car originally was that like Hoffman mid pipe. It doesn't fit amazingly, but like a res delete. So it just gets rid of like the the resonator or central silence or whatever you want to call it in the mid pipe. That can make a good sound increase as well. I'm not sure if it does anything for power, probably not. But so that's another little one. I mean, if you're looking for like styling stuff on a Mark 6, probably on like the other trim specs as well, but like the STs especially, all the like gloss black plastics that I did, so they're always like that horrible faded grey color. Like getting them like shiny gloss black like looks awesome. So that is definitely like a cheap and easy thing you can do, especially if you follow my video. Obviously, if you get them sprayed professionally, it's going to cost you a lot of money. But I mean, I did it DIY and they still look awesome now. So that's a good little mod you can do. It's hard to know, like when you're answering questions like that, because I don't know what people are looking for. I don't know whether they just want the car to look nice, or whether they want it to perform better or sound nicer. I don't know. Lowering a car, like I always think, makes it look so much better. I don't know why. Again, it's a bit like the wheels tucked into the arches thing. Like, why do they all look so jacked up? Like, why are they all so high with such a big arch gap? Like, I guess it's a clearance and comfort thing, but just doesn't look good, especially not in like, the ST. Like, why, if people want a performance car, like what's the problem with it being low? Who cares? So that's definitely something. Don't know what else really, like in terms of cheap. Like, I mean, go look at my channel. There you go. What mods do you recommend for an ST150? Go watch all my videos. That's the best I can say. So the next one, okay, this is from one of my mates that I play football with. Is that foam stuff just for show, or does it actually clean the car better than a sponge and a bucket of fairy? For starters, don't be using a sponge. Use a proper like wash mitt. God's sake, no. I don't know whether snow foam does anything. Depending on the brand, maybe. I know you can get like other sorts of pre-wash, but maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I like using it just to get any sort of like loose surface stuff off the car first before I go and do a touch wash. So yeah, it might do, but I really don't know. Some of you details in the comments on this will probably like tell me yes, it definitely does, or no, it's pointless. I don't know. You guys let me know on that one, just so so Pete can have his answer. But funnily enough, he says a sponge in a bucket of fairy. So people will probably say, no, you shouldn't be using fairy liquid to wash your car. But Chris Fix, actually, in his How to Super Clean Your Car video, says that if you're trying to get rid of like the whatever coating would have been on the car before, so say it's already got like a coat of wax or sealant or something like that on it, then I've heard that fairy liquid is really good for like, or any sort of washing up liquid. Other brands are available for getting that sort of stuff off. If it's got like, because a lot of snow foams and car shampoos will say that they're like safe for using with waxes and sealants, like it won't strip it off. But if you're starting from scratch, like if you just want a completely clean slate to work with, so you can like clay it and do any sort of paint corrections before you go and add a layer of sealant or anything like that, and you want to strip everything off that was on the car previously, then apparently like washing up liquid is a good thing to go for. So I'm glad Pete asked that, because it's a good thing to know, I suppose. But yeah, I got that from watching Chris Fix. So remap the ST. It's just, I don't know if that's a question or a statement. That is going to be happening. So once we've done all the power modifications, then we will get the car mapped, obviously, to make sure that it's accepting those modifications, because there's no point just bolting all that stuff on and then not getting it mapped. Especially with some of the things we've got coming. Like Ted has done. I know Ted, that Frozen Fez, has done cams in his car, and he said like before he got it mapped, like the MPG just went so far downhill just because of fitting the cams, but it not having like the map to go with them. Like obviously it's gonna like reduce the miles per gallon anyway when you start doing power increases, but I just thought like that was crazy. I think he said, don't quote me on this, but I think he said it was getting like, no, it can't have been. I want to say under 10 MPG because of having the cams, but not the map to accommodate them. But I might be wrong there. I mean, it was a while ago I talked to him about it. Right, I'm just going to read a couple more of these comments and see what we're getting. Always, mate, nice to see someone who's working on oxygen. Just need to get mine sorted soon. Don't want crazy power, just want it to look good. Okay, just want it to look good. Personally, I know it's not going to be like a cheap mod, but the one thing I always think looks good is like I said about lowering, but then like a splitter kit, like what I've got mine, the full TRC kit. I think those look awesome. Like I'm just going to be getting splitter kits on every car. So if you don't like splitter kits, this isn't the channel for you. So who was it that had 45 profile tires? I think mine are 45s. I went up from 40 to 45 to see if it was a bit more comfy. I've only got them on the front, so I still need to get rear tires. So I'd say it has made a difference. But one thing, I got the new front tires around about the same time I got new rear shocks, and my rear shocks were shot at. So I can't tell if it was the new rear shocks that made the car feel like more comfortable on the road, or whether it was the new front tires. So I'm sorry if I can't really answer like the question you had on that, but I definitely think it would make a difference, and I've heard lots of people say the same. I did ask on Facebook about it, and people said, yeah, you'll definitely notice it. So, didn't you put an aftermarket air temp on yours? If you mean like the air intake temperature, it was so basically I got the clock from UNA Performance, and it comes with like 2 temperature sensors. I ran one of those to the air intake to measure like the intake temperature before and after fitting those 3D printed air vents, and then running a cold air feed to my filter. And now I've got the Mountune cold air intake system. I plan to do the same sort of thing again, but I want to do like a full comparison of the original airbox, which I've still got, the Ram Air, which is what I'm going to be keeping hold of it for a little while, and then the Mountune one, just to sort of see which is the best. People had a go at me, well, not go at me, but like people were complaining in the comments, oh, you've done that wrong. That's not the proper way of testing it. The MAF sensor can do the temperature, whatever. that wasn't what I was testing. I wasn't looking at what temperature air was actually going into the like combustion chamber or anything like that, or into the inlet manifold. I was just measuring the Savage Garage. Good evening. Hey man, how's it going? As if the, as if James is watching my video. Like, shout out to you, James. Like, thank you for tuning in, man. I really appreciate it. I remember actually, something you helped me out with. You know, what was it? I sent you a comment. I said, "Oh, that was it. How to make your own brake lines." This was on my Honda. I was going to do a video on it ages ago, and I never actually got around to posting it because I just didn't like the video. But you posted a video on doing it, I think, like just before I was about to do that. So, like, shout out to you for that. That was awesome. And also, when I fitted a gearbox to or replacement gearbox to the ST150, I didn't have a clue I was going to lift it back in, and uh, I saw James on his channel use a what's it called? Um, engine support beam on. I think it was when he did the was it a Skoda? And I just thought, perfect. And I got one off eBay, and it went in no problem, didn't it, Ash? No problem. Yeah, right. It took us all day, but yeah, that was awesome. So, it's great to have James on here. Shout out to you, man. What other comments have we got here? Mine is covered in salt spray, dried on, suffers from sad salt adjustment disorder. I like that. Yeah, mine's covered as well. That road trip I did to Cardiff the other weekend, and then I've just been away this weekend as well. Like, I've cleaned it before both, and it's just filthy again now. So I kind of give up over this sort of time of year. But that's how I found your channel. That comment from James. Oh, awesome, dude. I mean, I don't know if you want to say like in the comment section on this, but like, have you got any videos coming out soon? Because like, we've missed you, man. Like, we want to see you back. James is the goat of fixing cars, destined for the scrap. Yeah, exactly. I remember a comment on James's channel a little while ago. Just so you guys know, like James's channel, The Savage Garage, is one of the channels that actually inspired me to do this. Like, I have a link to the channels that have inspired mine, like in my description. And James's channel is definitely one of those that I've watched. Like, probably, I wonder if I've watched all of his videos. I probably have. I'm going to say I have because he's watching. But yeah, like, that is one of the channels that inspired me to do this. Like, and I've seen some comments on his channel in the past that said he's the British Chris Fix, and that is 100% true. So, like, James, we're looking forward to seeing you back soon, man. Like, definitely want to see some new videos in the near future. Right, okay, so let's get on to some more of the questions that you guys gave me on Instagram. I think we're nearly there now. Okay, yeah, so there's just two left from Instagram, unless I've had any more since. I'm actually just going to check that because I screenshotted them in case they disappeared. But actually, the story's probably expired. Sorry, you guys. Yeah, okay, the story's expired. So the last two questions I got were small giveaway or raffle. Yeah, okay, so that is something that I probably should have thought about by now, but I've got something in mind actually, so leave that with me, and we'll see if we can get on to something like that in the not too distant future. Very kind, sir. I do plan on returning soon. Keep an eye out. Yes, definitely, definitely. I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to it. When are the coilovers going on? Okay, yeah. So this is definitely someone who was paying attention to the end screen on that video where I had like the presents, and then like some of them opened, and there was like the mods that I've got planned for this year on there. So there was some coilovers in there, and this was actually a video that me and Ash, who you've seen on the channel plenty of times, and I've mentioned earlier in this video. And I hope you're still watching. Ash, you still there? You said you'd support me, mate. I haven't seen you comment for a while. But basically, we had a little video idea where we were both going to get the same coilovers, and then we were going to see how much quicker you can install a set of coilovers, a full set of coilovers, using an impact gun versus hand tools. So I thought that was going to be, oh yeah, supporting. Yeah. So are we still going to do that, Ash? Why, seeing as you're still here, um, are we still going to do that coilover video? Because people are asking about coilovers, so we need to get that sorted for this summer. Oh, for God's sake, I thought, you know what? DJ Lloydie. I used to say this on pretty much all of my videos where I was crouched down next to the car. You've got an obsession with this, man. You really have. I don't want to talk about this in the live stream. Swiss roll. What does that mean? I'm confused. What brand of coil? Medium obsession. This summer, we'll do a hand tools versus impact on the coilovers. Yes, okay, so it's on this summer. So coilovers are happening this summer. Someone's asked about a brand. I'm not really sure. Actually, maybe that's something we could incorporate at the end. I know what I'm probably going to go for just based on the budget because hang on, you need a K20 engine. No, see, K20, no, I'd rather own a car that came with one from the factory just because I want to get into one of those cars eventually. When are you getting air ride for the car? Okay, so no, I'm not getting air ride for the ST150, but I've never been in a car with air ride, so that is something maybe I've got planned for. Something that I want a bit more comfort in, maybe like a daily driver when it's on the road. See if you guys can figure out that one. Get air ride. Yes, not on the ST though. Right, okay. So I've pretty much rinsed all the questions that we had on Instagram, and we've been oh god, we've been live for 40 minutes. How are you? How are 20 of you not bored and have left this already? Like I can't work that one out. But I think it's now time that we talked about like the main reason that I'm doing this. Air ride looks ugly. No, air ride doesn't look ugly. I mean, if you have it like absolutely decked out, I guess that's more of like a a stance thing. It's like a VW thing or whatever. But maybe not for a Fiesta. I don't know. But we'll see. Air ride on something in the future though, definitely. I've just got my first ST150 and I love it. At the moment, I'm just doing cosmetics to it inside and out. Yeah, like people are going to see your car more than they're going to go in it probably. Like if people are just looking at it from the outside. So yeah, get it looking sweet and take it to some shows and like people will love it. Definitely. Like I think I can't concentrate on aesthetics first as well. It would look ricer on a Fiesta. The air ride, I guess you mean. Yeah, probably. Right. Okay. So yeah, I'm going to get into sort of more of the reason like why I wanted to do this live stream, and that was to get your guys' input. So like you guys that have stuck around for like 42 minutes of this, like you are the guys and girls that are going to be watching these videos. I know like on a Tuesday as soon as they come out, like I try and do a video every Tuesday. And I know there's some of you that are there like bang on waiting for it. I had messages last week because I didn't upload until 6:30. I try and aim for 6 o'clock. And I had messages like, "Is there no video this week? Like, where's the video?" And then it came out at 5:30. But yeah, so I want you guys to have a say, basically. So I've been making a little bit of money from YouTube. Like I said at the start of this live stream, not a hell of a lot of money, but I have got a little pot of money sort of tucked away from everything I've earned from YouTube so far. And I want you guys that are, really invested in the channel to have a say in what that gets spent on, sort of on top of the things I've already got planned for the car this year, like the power mods that I've already got planned and the coilovers and things like that. So when are you taking the Fiesta on the track? I'm not. I don't. I'm too scared to go on a track. I've never done any track driving before, and also the car at the minute won't take it. Maybe, right? Maybe when we get to 200 horsepower and the car's like sorted with a fully rebuilt engine and all that sort of stuff, then maybe we'll go on a track. Maybe. Love your bids. Thank you very much, Paul Williamson. Cheers, mate. Love all your comments. So, right. Yes, back to the things that I want your guys' help with. Oh, these comments just keep coming. Save the money and get a new. Right. Okay. Yes. No. I like that. Is perfect. That is the perfect question to get me into this. So, save the money and get a new camera for the channel. So, right. Yeah. Basically, what I want your guys' input on is what I'm going to spend the money that I've made from YouTube so far on. So, I've got a few options. Like, I'm not going to do sort of a I'm going to pick something that you guys say at random, or I'm going to go for like exactly something that someone says. But like I've got some things that I think would either benefit the channel or just things that I'd like to do to the car that maybe I hadn't budgeted for this year or hadn't planned to do. But now I've got like making a little bit of money from YouTube. Maybe I can afford to do them in addition. So what camera do you use at the minute? Right. Yeah. Okay. So basically, makes my day when you upload a video. Oh, thank you. Makes my day to read comments like that. Like it really does. So what do I use at the minute? Right. I'll show you guys the camera I use at the minute. This is the camera I use at the minute. iPhone 11. I film all the videos off my iPhone, believe it or not. So it's actually, it is a pain because if someone rings me or I get a message or whatever, like while I'm filming, it either interrupts my filming or I just don't see the messages. Or I also can't look stuff up. Like if I need to look something up while I'm filming a video, I have to take the camera off the tripod and all that sort of stuff, or the phone off the tripod because I'm using it as a camera. So one of the things that I'd really like to do with that money, and one thing that I told myself I was going to do originally, was to save that money, save up, and get a good camera for the channel. So I wanted to sort of get your guys' input. I mean, I don't think the videos look too bad, but I do think they could look better. I mean, this video looks terrible, and this, like I said earlier, this is a MacBook Pro, and this is the webcam on it. It's awful. But anyway, the iPhone seems to do a good job. But I watch the videos back on my MacBook while I'm editing and on my phone, but I don't tend to watch the videos like on a TV or like a bigger screen. So, I mean, what do you guys think? I mean, how does the footage actually come across? Like, if you guys think that I should use that money towards buying a better camera, then that is something that I would really like to do, because I just think it will benefit the channel more as a whole. I know a lot of people will probably just say, no, no, spend it on mods, spend it on this, spend it on that. But a camera was one of the things that I was really thinking that I should probably get. So I'd really like to hear your guys' input on that. And funnily enough, DJ Lloydie again has just said one of the ones that I was thinking about getting. I'm just going to read a few of these comments because I've seen a few like talking about cameras. Has Lloydie still got his SD150? I believe he has. I'm sure he'll answer that in just a second. Your ST is pretty. Love the mods. Love what you've done. Stay tuned. Thank you. Oh, I have. Yes, he has still got. Yes, he's still got the ST150. I saw something about. Oh, here we go. Savage Garage. So is this the camera you use? Canon M50 is a great camera for what you do. It's what I use too. Okay, cool. So, just quickly, James, does that have somewhere to plug in an external microphone? Because at the moment, in the editing, I'm having a nightmare with the audio because where I am, I get a lot of road noise. I get a lot of like bird noises. You've probably heard. Like, there's loads of trees around where I am, so there's all sorts of stuff comes across. I have to do a lot of editing with the audio. So I'd really like something with an external microphone if I'm going to get a camera that can sort of help me with that, because I'm not sure how the audio comes across to you guys in the videos. But that is definitely something that I want to sort in. Yes, external microphone. Okay, so that was at what, a Canon? Where's it gone? Canon M50. Right, I'm going to write that down. Give me 2 seconds, because that is really useful. So thank you, James. Canon M50. Right. Okay. Cool. And then DJ Lloydie says, I've spent a lot on cameras for my channel and only use a G7X. Okay, what mark is that? Because I've looked at a G7X and I know some of the, I think the Mark II, you can't use an external mic. The Mark III, I believe you can, but there's nowhere to mount it or something. If you shoot me a message on Instagram, I can show you what it's like. So you can, oh, okay, yeah, that'd be great. Yes, James, I'll definitely get in touch with you about that. How much are they? Rode Lab mic. Oh, okay, yeah, so that must be on your G7X then. So that must be like a Mark III, or I don't know if they have a newer one. Your channel's only going to grow, so a camera's going to have to come sooner or later. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so like good response on the camera so far. Like it definitely looks like you guys would be keen for that. So like this is the reason I want to do this, because I want to get your guys' opinion. Like I don't just want to do what I think is best. Like I want to hear what you guys are thinking as well. So so yeah, definitely looks like a camera is going to be a good shout. So we'll definitely keep that in mind. And I've had some really good suggestions. Oh, I have the Mark 1. Use a Rode Lav mic and pair it up. Oh, okay. I didn't think the earlier G7Xs could fit an external mic. Maybe I'll have to message you about that as well and see what we can do. Have a series where you rate subscribers Mark 6 Fiestas. Yeah, we could do. I should have done that not Ford Fair, Tracks, because I went on stand with ST150 enthusiasts. I should have done that. Okay. But it's worth the extra of the G7X. Yeah, okay. Oh, okay. So you've with the G7X, you've got a separate recorder. Okay, cool. Have a look at a Nikon Z50. Everything's a 50. Everything's a letter and then a 50. Nikon. I'll write that one down as well. G7X doesn't have an external mic input. I have that too. Okay, yeah, cool. It sounds like if you have the money, get the M50 for sure. Or a Canon 80D. Okay. Sorry, my eyesight is terrible. If you can notice, like I'm watching on a laptop screen. I'm there, like ugh, the comments. Does anyone know how much it costs to wrap an ST150? Is this is this in relation to that all my mods video where I went to say how much the wrap cost me and then there was a really loud noise in the background and I didn't actually say how much I paid for it because that was not staged at all. Spend the money on glasses. I do wear glasses. I do wear glasses, but just not all the time. No, mate. I was just asking. Oh, okay. It depends. If you're paying someone else to wrap an ST150, then probably a lot of money, and it also depends what type of vinyl you go for. And if you use the vinyl that I used, there's probably not many companies that would agree to wrap it in that for you because it was a nightmare. Probably about 1,000, maybe a tad cheaper is my guess. Yeah, I mean, you're probably in the right ballpark. Again, it depends on the brand and things like that, but it definitely didn't cost me anywhere near that to do mine because I bought cheap film and um, me and Ash and Catherine did it ourselves, and Martin as well helped out too. Yeah, between 1,000 and 1,200. Yeah, again, it's probably also going to depend on location. Like, I mean, I'm not 100% on that, but I'm guessing depending on where you are and how reputable the company are that are doing it. If you're paying to have it done, like it's going to fluctuate quite a bit. So especially the finish as well, because like the satin matte chrome red that I've got, like I reckon even if you got that in like a decent brand, it would probably cost you more to have done than a like a gloss color. Pure just simply because like the different effects on them, like they're harder to wrap. Like if you guys watch like Yanamize or anything like that, and you've seen the cars that Mark and Nico have got with the like chrome effect, like you can't stretch that stuff. Like me and Ash saw their cars at Gravity, and like don't get me wrong, the quality of the wrap they've done is outstanding. Like you wouldn't even know it was um like where the sort of where the lines are and stuff like that. Like they've cut it so like they've cut all the edges so well, and it's just an amazing job. Like they really are amazing them too. But like just to do those finishes is so hard. Like we got what do you call it, like distortion in the wrap when we did ours because of overstretching it and things like that. Fancy rapid mine. Oh, too much pressure. Too much pressure. It depends. Depends if you'll accept a shoddy job if we make a mistake. Right. Okay. So we've talked about a camera, right? And I realise this is getting on really late. Like I can't believe there's still 27 people watching. Like this is wild. I wrap my roof and wouldn't even try it again. I'd pay someone to have it done. Yeah, exactly. Like it's one of them things. Like we'd already got like the wrap to do the full car, and we had 5 days before Ford Fair to do it. So we just went ahead and like we had no choice of turning back. Like it was difficult, and after like I don't know what would you say, Ash? Like half an hour, we were like, Jesus, what have we let ourselves in for? But we had to finish it, and we did finish it. So it's definitely something I'm proud of, and it really is an achievement for you to wrap your own car. Like you did well on the wrap, thank you. Yeah, it's Ash's way of describing it was always when we did it and people asked about it. He goes, "It's good from far, far from good." Those of you that have seen it up close, like maybe saw it at the shows and stuff, will know what I'm talking about. It's not too bad. I'm going to do an in-depth video on it, hopefully, but at the minute the weather's not really any good for it because there's a few bits I need to rewrap, and when it's cold out, like you just can't wrap in the cold, like it'll just tear. Fair play, the car looks amazing. Thank you. What kind of car would you like to get after the Fiesta? Oh, leading question. I'm not really sure right now. Like, there's so many things, but like one thing I always want to make sure I do is have a relatable car. Like, even if we start getting into the realms of like more expensive cars or if the channel grows enough and I think there's going to be the following for like other because I think a lot of my subscribers at the minute are going to have come from Fords and specifically ST150s or Mark 6s anyway. So like it depends if there's going to be the following, but if even if we do move into like other brands of car, like other manufacturers and like more expensive cars and other cars that like people maybe haven't covered on YouTube already. Like I just want to make sure that I've always got something that's relatable. So I mean, there's plenty of things I've got in terms of projects that I want to do. I've got probably 20 years worth of video ideas in my head of like not obviously not just the Mark 6. Like I mean, like every car that I want to do. Like I've got so many things and I want to do it all. So I just hope we get the chance to do it and that you'll be able to see them all. What else we got? Are you revealing the wrap color for the Mark 7 tonight? That's from Ash. So, although wrapping the Mark 6 was a nightmare, I think was it maybe a week after Ford Fair, after we had already said we're never wrapping a car again, we were like, right, okay, so what color are we wrapping the Mark 7? So, no, I'm not revealing that yet. We've got to get that car running because you never know. If we can't do it, then we won't be wrapping it at all. There's no point wrapping a car that doesn't run. Would you keep the Fiesta alongside a future car or sell it? Spoiler Ash. um, I definitely want to keep it for a long time. Like this is the car that sort of started the following on the channel. So, and like I say, once even once we move on to the next thing, I don't think the Fiesta will be going anywhere for a long time. Obviously, I can't like if we do get to the point where we do lots of project cars over a number of years, then I can't keep everything. But there's definitely no plans to get rid of the Fiesta. Like I love the Mark 6, I really do. Right. Anyway, I need to crack on because we're pushing an hour now. Like this is getting out of hand. But so we've talked about a camera, and that is definitely something that you guys seem to be keen for. So yeah, that's on the list, and we'll see like how you respond to the other things I've got an idea for. So one of the other things, so that was something to like maybe improve the channel. So let's talk about like some things that maybe people want to see on the car. So one of the things that, like I said earlier in the video, a lot of people have asked about is, are you going to get aftermarket wheels? So if I was to use the money for some aftermarket wheels, uh, take it easy, mate. Good live stream. Okay, thanks for tuning in, James. I'll definitely message you about the camera. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you back soon. One of the other things that I've been thinking about is aftermarket wheels, just because so many people ask about it. Now, I really like the ST150 like wheels as standard. Like, I love the wheels as they come, and obviously I did all that work on them. So I kind of, I'm not after getting rid of them, but there are some wheels that I really like. But if we were to get aftermarket wheels, like if you guys turn around and say yes, yes, get aftermarket wheels, because that's what we want to see, then there's a couple of like, I don't know what you call it, ground rules that I need to set down first, just to be like, if we do get them, we're not getting this, we're not getting that, we're not getting the other, because I know what everyone will want, and that's just not what I want. Yeah, what size wheels would you put on? So straight off the bat, if you guys turn around and say, yes, get aftermarket wheels, I just want you to know they will not be smaller than 17 inch, because I don't like the smaller wheel look. I really don't like it. So I'm not getting 16 or even 15-inch wheels. Like, it's not happening. We won't go any bigger either. Like, I think the 17-inch wheel fits the wheel arch perfectly. Stock wheels look really nice. Yeah, see, exactly. That's how I feel. But I'm definitely not going to be going smaller wheels. Like, that is something I know a lot of people do it, but it's not for me. So if that's what you want to see and you vote for aftermarket wheels, like that, I'm afraid that's not what's going to happen. Like, although I'm going to give you guys a say, like I'm not giving you the final say. I like stock too. Yeah, see, I thought people would go mad for aftermarket wheels. You see, but yeah. So straight off the bat, not going to be going smaller wheels if we do get aftermarket ones. Um, s- uh, uh, what else we got? Hope you will. Yeah, sorry, you missed all the plans for the power increases. We've already covered that. Um, got aftermarket. Uh, so the space between the spokes looks bigger. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's another thing. Actually saying about the gaps between the spokes and stuff like that, and easy to clean. I'm not really too fussed about the cleaning of the wheels, but like multi-spoke alloys, like I know people go mad for. Is it Team Dynamic 1.2, something like that? Is that what they're called? Hate them. Like, not for me. Multi-spoke things like that. The only like multi-spoke ones I consider, which I've seen people having a Mark 6. I saw a really nice performance blue one with like gunmetal grey. I think they were replica Focus RS Mark II wheels. I think that's kind of what they look like anyway. Those look good, but other than that, like any sort of like lots of little like multi spokes, like not for me. Like, I really don't like it. And the other thing I definitely won't be getting in terms of wheels would be like a really dark, like a gloss black or anything like that alloy, because I find it hides the shape of the wheel. Like, you can't see like the shape of it. So a lot of people said I should have gone gloss black when I painted the alloys, and that's just not something that I want to do, because I find it hides. What's the point in having a nice design on a wheel when it's the same color as the tire and everything behind it, because it's in shadow. I just feel like you lose it unless you're up close to the car. So that is another thing. Like, if we do go for wheels, if you guys say, look, yes, you need to get aftermarket wheels, like, just know that we're not going to be getting smaller wheels. We're not going to be getting like multi-spoke wheels, and I'm not going to be getting them in like a dark color, like a gloss black or anything like that. Like, the darkest I'd probably go is like a gunmetal or an anthracite kind of color. So, just one thing that I wanted to lay out there, but like, no one's really saying like, definitely go and get them. Bowler B10s, yeah, I do like Bowler B10s actually, but I think that's what Ted's got on his. I think they're the B10s, so I don't just want to get the same wheels that someone else has got, who's also got doing a Mark 6 on YouTube. I want to go for something a little bit different. So, like, I'm not gonna obviously go for what's that? Not 13-inch then. No, definitely not. I like silver wheels, but the darkest I would go would be gunmetal. Yeah, see, I'm the same opinion. I'm the same. Bronze wheels on the red. I wonder how that would look actually. Interesting. Interesting. I had ST180 wheels and they look so clean. Yeah, okay. Actually, you know what I do? I do like the ST180 wheels. I also actually like the ST wheels off the is it the Mark 8? I actually quite like them. I've seen a couple of them. I probably wouldn't go for them on my car, but I've seen them on a couple of cars and I do think they look good. I think they would have looked better when the car was black, actually. So black goes well with white. Yeah, no, I agree with that. Yeah, but also another thing actually on the color. Another reason why I don't want to go for like dark color wheels like black wheels. You know how people say like if you're wearing like if you wear dark colors like black is slimming or whatever. I also find that's the case with wheels. Like if you go for black wheels, they look smaller, and I really like that sort of filled out arch look. So that's another reason why the color I wouldn't go for like a black wheel, and I don't want to go for a smaller wheel as well. So have yours powder coated. See, it's a DIY channel. Like, I get it. Like, I get powder coating's the way to go, and people have said that with a lot of stuff, like the white lime rear anti-roll bar. People said to get that powder coated, but like for me, like this channel's all about DIY. If I was going to do another set of wheels, like and paint them and everything myself, I'd probably like take them somewhere to get them dipped or whatever, like acid dipped, because I can't be bothered with all that sanding again. But I'm not going to change anything about the ones I've got. Like, but if we do go for aftermarket wheels, then maybe that's something we could look at. But no one seems to be sort of saying yes, definitely go and get aftermarket wheels. Like everyone's sort of making suggestions, but I thought that's one thing you guys would jump on. But it's actually looking like that's one of the things maybe you guys aren't so keen on. Right, I am conscious of time and I'm getting really hungry. Like I got back from work, came straight on here, and I need to go and have some dinner. But put white rim protectors on to break up the color. Okay, yeah, yeah, fair comment. On my first car actually, that had like gunmetal grey alloys or anthracite, something like that. And I put like a to break up the color a little bit. I put like it's like a metallic like blue strip all the way around the outside. Like it looked awful, but like that's just what I was doing when I was like 17, 18 years old. Um, Cameras first, then wheels. Yeah, okay. Why don't you throw us all the options and then we can fight it out in the comments? Yeah, okay, yeah, I like that. That's just Ash because he wants to go. He's like, come on, dude, you've been talking for an hour now. Like, get on with it. Well, at 8 spokes. Not heard of those. I'll have to look those up. Right, okay, so the next thing, we're going to leave wheels aside now. So the next thing that I'm thinking about, so we've done like something for the channel, then we've done like something like a mod for the car. So let's jump back to something that maybe would like do something for the channel. Like I'm not expecting people to go for this, but it's just something that a couple of people have mentioned to me in the past. So I thought we'd bring it up. So one of the other things that I could put the money into, and you're probably wondering like how that actually means me putting money into it. But the other thing I thought about is what would you guys think if I started doing like some kind of merch? Like I'm not talking like just a plain hoodie with the channel name on it like this. This is just a gift that was like given to me by my girlfriend. But like what I'm thinking is like I've got nothing wrong with like these I don't know what they're called, but like there'll be a company that like does merch for, people like me. So like you work out a design with them and then they handle like everything. If someone orders it, it comes from this other company and like it doesn't see me at all. But I'm actually in a position where if I was to do something with like clothing, for example, then I'm in a position where I think I would have a really good opportunity to get some stuff that I could have like made to exactly what I want it. and it would be sort of all designed and, well, not necessarily all designed by me because it's something I'd like to get you guys involved in, but it would be something that I could have every single say in it, like down to like the fit and how it's actually made. Like it would be all like handmade, um, and all like. In fact, I could show you it. Like I could go and make some of it. Like I could make a little video of me saying, right, if this is the merch I'm doing, I can actually like be there when it's being made. So like I'm in a position where I can probably do that. So it's going to be like very unique kind of stuff that everyone can get involved in. It won't just be sort of I send off a design to someone who prints t-shirts and they mend it, mod it across a t-shirt, and then that comes out to you guys. But it's never been anywhere near me. Like it wouldn't be like that. It would be like properly done, like designed and everything by me. Mend it, mod it, pants. Send it, needs something with this on. Very good starting point as not big items. So to test it to see how much sells. Yeah, exactly. Yes, merch, take my money. Yes, merch, jet tags and stickers. Jet tags, you watch Matt Armstrong, I can tell. What's this? Oh, actually, right, just quickly before too many comments come through, we're going to get onto this. Thoughts on an RS style spoiler? They're very rare to come up for sale. So a few people sold them on Facebook and stuff. Yes, right, okay, we're going to get onto that one. We are going to get onto that. Sorry, I was reading through some of these because merch is a shout because you could reinvest it back into the channel. Yeah, exactly. Mechanics overalls. Yeah, definitely. I could do with some of them myself, you know. Sorry, there's a text come through. I'll have to read that in a sec. Up for merch. Got that Frozen Fez sticker on my car. Yes. Someone Roger popped round the other day to help me out with some parts for an upcoming video. He's got one of those on his. I need to get one actually. I don't tend to put stickers on my cars, but I actually have a little collection of stickers from either companies I've worked with or channels that I follow or things like that, like on the inside lid of my toolbox. I'm not sure if that's been like seen in any of the videos, but yeah, that's what I tend to do with stickers. Okay. Yeah, so like the merch idea is getting quite a lot of traction here. I'm quite intrigued with that. I didn't think that'd be something people would go for. But yeah, basically, so going back to sort of the sort of investment side of it, like from me and using that money that's been generated by you guys, to fund the merch sort of thing, like because it would be like a very involved thing for me and it's something that I'd have a lot of say in, like the design and the sort of prototyping of it all. Like it would require like quite a lot of investment from me because it would be um, like I said, it wouldn't just be a case of me sending design to someone and they print it as it gets ordered. It would be a case of like it would all get made, and then in like a limited run to start with and see how popular it is. But like I would have to foot the bill for that up front. So that is definitely something we could look into if you guys think it's a good idea. I'll probably do some polls for all this sort of stuff that we've talked about in this video. So like the camera, the wheels thing, the merch idea, and all that sort of stuff. I'll probably do some polls on Instagram, but also like I'll look back over all these chats and see, try and get an idea of what has been the most popular thing. And like anyone who comments like after the fact, like once this has actually been uploaded to YouTube and people can like comment retrospectively, I will read all of those and make sure I get a clear idea of what people want to see. So what else have we got on here? I've got the RS spoiler on mine. Check it out. Okay, yeah. If you've got Instagram, hit me up on Instagram. Send me a picture because I've got some cool ideas of what I'd like to do if I was to get one of those. So we're gonna move on to that. so Michael's story is just coming with a remap, and I know you put that on my Instagram as well. I recognise your name. We did talk about that. If you've only just joined us, once we've got the engine sorted and the oil leak sorted, and then we go for the big power upgrades, then we'll be getting a remap. But I'm not going to remap it as it is now because a remap's not going to do anything on the engine as it stands. Really, like I'd be lucky to get any extra out of it. NA engines just don't tend to remap well, especially not these ones. Oh, one for sale on a at £400 on a Mark 6 5-door. Oh, is that, I think I've seen that one. I think I might have seen it. So that's a couple of people are talking about this. "Oh, I sold my RS spoiler last month." Right, we're gonna get onto this because, that was one of the other things. It's something I want for the car, but it's not something I've planned for this year and something I've budgeted for or whatever. I really like the look of the RS, spoiler for these. Whether or not I don't know if, the couple of places that were making them are still doing it, but they do pop up from time to time. So what do you guys think? Would you guys wanna see, uh, an RS style spoiler on the car? If I was to get one, I've got a pretty cool idea, like, I've been saying for ages that I keep meaning to wrap the original ST spoiler, like, the same color as the car, but I've just left it black for now because of the weather, and I can't get outside and actually do it because there's no good wrapping in the cold. But, I thought I'm not really too keen on the sort of, the black spoiler look on a different color, for the bodywork. So, what I thought is if I had an RS one, because it's got those almost like quite large end caps on the, either side, to have those like wrapped body color and then keep like the central part of it black. So let me know what you guys think on that. Would love an RS spoiler. They look awesome with a Maxton diffuser. Yeah, exactly. It really does make. I mean, that's what they've designed them for. Those Maxton diffusers to look like an RS, and the spoiler would go even better with that. I'm off, mate. Sorry for terrorizing your live stream. Get the camera for sure, though. Okay, yeah, definitely noted. So thank you for tuning in, man. Like, we'll speak soon. That's a Stoffler rear valance, but imported from Germany. What is the Maxton diffuser? Is that what you mean? I prefer the original spoiler, maybe a lip or extension. Yeah, they do look good. I think is it the TRC one that's better than the Maxton one 'cause it actually bolts on rather than just being stuck on. Um, Someone was selling one the other day actually. Maybe I should have gone for that. But the whole reason is like that I'm considering the RS spoiler is because they're obviously quite a lot more expensive than say like a lip to go on the original. So and like I said, it's not something I budgeted for this year, but it's something that I would like on the car. So if you guys think, yes, we really like to see that, then that is something I'm definitely considering as an option for, what to spend the money that I've made from YouTube so far is. Just trying to get an idea of what sort of things you guys are saying. Yeah. Defo lip on the standard one looks better and doesn't cost a kidney. That is true. For sure, wrap the end would look sick with the black roof too. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like body colored like end caps on like the RS spoiler, and then the center bit of the spoiler black to match the roof. That's exactly what I was thinking. Like Tyler's with the silver 1.2. Yeah, yeah, that's the spoiler. I mean, yeah, that's the one. Good shout on the two-tone RS spoiler. Okay, another vote for the RS spoiler. Okay, you guys are making this really hard. I genuinely thought you were all going to be like wheels, get aftermarket wheels. I didn't think anyone was going to go for anything else, but you guys are giving me a headache now. Like, what am I going to pick? But no, I really do appreciate all the comments and you guys getting involved. Like, still 25 of you here. Like, what is going on? Like, thank you guys for all tuning in. Like, this is awesome. I need to go now. Good night, you beautiful man. Thank you very much. Good night to you too. Thanks for tuning in. I'll send you some pics over. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sounds good. Sounds good. That's the someone's commented that before. A Stoffler rear valance? Yeah, I've heard of it before. But yeah, I'm not sure if that's just a different name for it. But yes, let me know what that is, and then yeah, okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Someone mentioned earlier about seats. So that sort of just made me think at the time, oh, that's something else maybe we could look at. But if I was going to get like different seats for the car, like I don't want to get the Mark 7 seats because again, Andy's done it. Like one thing I do really like, which JMN Carter did, is the Vauxhall Corsa VXR seats. But obviously, Jason's done that on his car, so it's not something that I'm looking to do on mine. I was talking about the turbo build earlier. Someone's just messaged me about that. So yeah, I'll get back to you on that one as soon as we finished on the live stream. But yeah, no worries, man. No worries. Everyone's messaging me now. I know you guys are in the live stream, and now everyone's sending me messages as well. So yeah, like seats probably not something I'm going to look at really too much unless like everyone's like, yes, definitely get like aftermarket seats or something. But it's not really something I'm thinking for at the minute. Just like especially not like bucket seats or anything like that. Purely because like at the moment the ST is my daily car, so that's not something. Um, what about Mark III Focus seats? Not seen those in a Mark 6. Do they definitely go in a Mark 6? That'd be interesting to see. I'll tell you what I have thought of. I thought about Mark II Focus ST seats. I'm not sure if they go in, but I've always really liked those. Um, so that's an option. But I don't think based on what you guys have said already, I definitely don't think I'd pick aftermarket seats over going for something like a camera to make the quality of the videos better and things like that. What else have we got? Have you thought about aftermarket headlights? Um, if I was going to do anything, because I've obviously got the sort of custom ones that I did myself, um, I'm not gonna probably buy any aftermarket lights that are already done. But I had a thought about maybe revisiting the ones that I did and maybe putting something cool inside, like doing a tutorial on how to make them into like projectors or something like that. But we'll see. I'm not really thinking that I'll be buying aftermarket lights for the car, but I probably will revisit lights in the future. Obviously need wiring brake. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough with like the seats out of other focus, focus and things like that. So, but no, seats was just an idea because someone brought it up earlier, but I don't think that's something that I'm probably going to go for. I think so. Based on what you guys have said, like I didn't actually. I thought loads of people would say wheels, but it doesn't look like people really are that keen on the whole wheels idea. No one was like, yes, definitely get those. People threw some suggestions around, but I don't really think that's what we're going to go for. So at the minute, it looks like people are saying go and get a camera, like to improve the quality of the videos, and I'm all for that. Like I think that's one of the things that I was planning to do originally. Um, Either that, or maybe we head down the merch route. A few people have said like they'd definitely be interested if I was to go down that route. Like my phone is popping off now that you guys are sending me like photos of all these things and probably like seats and wheels and things like that. So I'll definitely be checking those out afterwards. Scissor doors. I'm guessing you mean like Lambo doors or something like that. Um, no, not on the Fiesta. Like I can appreciate them, I really can, but probably not on a Mark 6 Fiesta. How about the aftermarket races instead of the standard ones? Yeah, that's what I thought about. Actually, there's a guy. Uh, he works at Greenlight. Actually, the place I'm insured with. If you check out Lee Lockwood's channel, he did a review on I think it's a supercharged Mark 6, and that's got some cool aftermarket seats in it, like something like that. I'd be interested in, but again, not until I've got like my Mark 7 on the road, so I can use that daily because I don't really want to be having something with like racing seats in it as my daily car. Like it's just not my thing. Oh, I'm not sure. No, not. No, I'm not sure quite what you mean there with the scissor door thing. Door service passengers. No, sorry, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're on about there. I'm probably reading it wrong, but yeah. So I think overall, it's either gonna be a camera. Uh, we go down the merch route, and I start looking into getting some of that done, or we get an RS spoiler. I mean, I really want an RS spoiler, but like I said, I want this to be down to you guys. I appreciate this has gone on for an hour and 20 minutes, so I'm probably gonna leave it here. I think in the next couple of minutes. Magnifying glass, yeah, I do. I should just wear my glasses, but yeah, I know it's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, I'm probably going to leave it here in a couple of minutes, but I really appreciate everything that you guys have suggested, and hopefully, like I said, I think I can go back and read the chat and just try and get a more overall picture of what I think you guys want to see. Because like I said at the beginning, and throughout this video, the whole point of this was to get your guys' opinion, because you're the ones that are really like invested in the channel, and I want you guys that have sort of made this happen, have got me to the point where I'm making a little making a little bit of money from YouTube, to have a say in what I'm using that money for. Because without you guys, this wouldn't happen. So I want to give back to you guys in that way. So I'll read through all the chats again, and like I said earlier, like any comments that are left sort of after the fact on this video, I'll go through those as well and take everyone's opinions into consideration. And hopefully sooner or later we'll start getting some new bits for the car, or bits for the channel based on what you guys have said. But I'd just like to say a massive thank you to all of you for tuning in. And like, we're still around about 26 people watching. So I know people have come and gone, but some of you I can see from the comments, like, we're here from the start and are still here now. So thank you to all of you for tuning in and watching this. And like, it's really opened my eyes to what you guys actually want to see on the channel. And it wasn't what I was expecting. So I'm really glad I did this. I thought it was a really good exercise and a good use of my time. I was proper nervous about doing it, but everyone's interacted really well. Like, there's been no sort of awkward silences, apart from when I'm blind and can't read what people are commenting. So, thank you all for making it such a quick 1 hour 20 minutes. Like, it's gone really quickly. I feel like I could talk for a lot longer, but I won't bore you with too much more. I'm just going to read a couple more comments. You could do an Insta poll or something. Yeah, okay. So just really quickly, the reason I didn't do a poll on Instagram about this is because only I don't even have half the followers on Instagram as what I've got subscribers on YouTube. So that's why I didn't do it on Instagram, because I didn't think it was going to be properly representative of all of you that, the 25 or so of you that have stuck it out for this. Like I said, I know people have dipped in and out, but I didn't want to do it on Instagram in case it wasn't the same people, if that makes sense, because obviously the main thing for me is the YouTube channel. So I didn't want it to become something that everyone on Instagram decides that no one on YouTube wanted. Oh, hi, Ted. Nice of you to join us. Now, I get you're probably busy, but how you doing, man? You okay? We're pretty much about to end, I'm afraid. But you've come up a few times, so go back and watch the video and see what we've been saying about you. It was all good, I promise. Think you can do a community post or something on YouTube. Yeah, I did try and do one of those just to promote this live stream yesterday. It got 7 likes. It doesn't tell me how many people saw it, but I know you can actually turn off those community posts, like if you don't want to see them. Not bad. I've been sleeping on. Oh, you've been on nights. Ouch. That's rough, man. I couldn't do nights. Couldn't do it. Make a regular basis of a live stream when a few new ideas come up. Was fun to tune in. Oh, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad you guys have stuck around. People clearly have enjoyed it, because, like I said, a lot of people have sort of stuck around from the start. So, yeah, that's really good. I really appreciate all the feedback. It's been really good, and it's definitely, like I said, opened my eyes to some of the things you guys want to see. So, there'll be some more stuff about it. I will do some posts on Instagram, and there'll be other ways for you guys to interact with this sort of thing, and give me your ideas of what you want to see. I'm not just going to sort of go away now and order stuff or anything like that. I am going to take some time to think about it. Like I said, read back through everything. But yeah, I really appreciate all you guys tuning in and sticking with me through what has been, like I said, it's felt really quick, but it's been a long time. We've been going for 1 hour and 20 minutes. So I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to end the live stream here, and we'll have normal service resume next week. I'll get back to getting a proper video done for you. I'm not sure what it's going to be just yet. I've got a couple of things that I've been working on in the background. It just depends what I can push through in the next week or so. But I've got this weekend free, so I'm going to make sure that I get a good video out for you guys. So, yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next Tuesday.